Hello everyone. Hope you all are good and hope that you have been watching all the video lectures related to second chapter, which is accounting for debentures, that we have been doing from past few lectures, which is from part 2. Yes, today is the last lecture of this chapter. We are going to have an overview about the entire chapter that we have completed till now. Yes, so let us quickly begin. We are starting with the weightage of this chapter. We have already discussed this in the lectures of beginning, in the very first lecture or second lecture maybe. The overall weightage of this chapter is of 8 marks, as you know well, of which one is MCQ of 1 mark is in section A, of course, the very first section. One very short question that is one answer in 1 or 2 sentences, yes? That is in section B, and there will be 2 short questions, each of 3 marks. Yes, and out of this 2, 1 question can also be of theory. Yes, and which questions you are supposed to prepare for theory, I will let you know by the end of this lecture. Before that, if we are talking about the sums that we have done in this chapter are given here. They are presented on your screen. Let me just show you. Yes, these many illustrations we have done, and the sums of similar kind from exercise I have given in homework. So most importantly, this much is more than enough for preparation of sums from this chapter. Alright? Sums and illustrations. Yes? And once we have discussed about the weightage of this chapter, one by one we are going to revise all the lectures from the beginning, all the concepts that we have done till now, and then we'll finish this lecture, then we'll finish this chapter, of course, and along with the lecture. And next lecture onwards we are going to start with a new chapter that I will let you know in the next lecture itself. So yes, this is all about the weightage. Total 8 marks, 1 MCQ, 1 VSQ and 2 short questions, 3 marks each. Of this 2, 1 can also be a theory question. Okay, in the very beginning of this chapter, I have explained about the meaning of debentures. And of course, I have also explained and compared the meaning with shares, the first chapter. And thereafter, we have understood the journal entries for issue of debentures. Yes? The very first case, that is A, it is given on page number 67 in your textbook. You can also put a tick mark in your textbook along with the page numbers that I mentioned, because these are the most important things that you are supposed to prepare from this chapter. Yes? The basic concept on which all the practical examples depend. So obviously this is about the issue of procedure for issue of debentures, the different situations for issue of debentures, etc., etc. And as you know, the journal entries are based again in this chapter for solving practical sums, just like the way it was in chapter 1. Yeah. So page number 67, A, issue of debentures at par. Issue of debentures at par means what? The issue of debentures at its face value itself. I'm extremely sorry for the noise appearing in the background. You should please not pay attention to that and please have your focus on the concept that is being explained. Yes, you know the situation well. So yes, issue of debentures at par. When the full amount of the debentures is called up at a time. Full amount. That means if a debenture is of rupees 100, all 100 rupees are called up at a time itself. Then what are the journal entries for that? These two. Bank account debit to dash person debentures application and allotment, and debenture application allotment debit to debentures. These journal entries are to be written when the entire amount of debentures is called up at a time. Yes? Next. Debenture application and allotment account debit. Just a second. Yeah, these are the two journal entries when debentures are issued at par. Then the topic that we are supposed to consider is when the amount of debentures is called up in installment. The previous journal entry to this is about the example which is given. Yes, and that example we have already understood, and so we are not considering it for the second time. So the second topic that we have learned is about when the amount of debentures is called up in installments. This journal entries also I have explained in the previous lectures in detail. They are similar to the journal entries that we have learned in the previous chapter, that is accounting for share capital. Yeah? Okay. So on receipt of application money, on transfer of application money, on refund to applicants of rejected applications, on transfer of surplus application money, on partially accepted application. This is pro rata thing. Now allotment money becomes due, then receipt of allotment money, then amount is due on call, receipt of call money, and that's all. This can be first call, second call, final call, anything. Thereafter, the next topic that we have understood is about issue of debentures at premium. Yes? Firstly, it was about issued at par. That means the debentures are issued at its face value. Issued at par. Next is when the debentures are issued at premium. This topic is given on page number 70 in your textbook. Yeah? Now, let us understand the simple meaning. Issued at premium. That simply means the debentures have been issued at a price higher than its face value. If a debenture of rupees 100 is issued at rupees 105, 107 or 110, 120, then the additional amount is said to be the amount of premium. Alright? Here also the example is given. You can read the theory concept. And there are several important points which can be asked as an MCQ or VSQ. Yes? And on the basis of this, we have we have also understood several sums. So the third case for issue of debentures is issue of debentures at discount. Now this is opposite to the previous topic. As I said, when the debentures are issued at a price higher to its face value, it is premium. Now, if the debentures are issued at a price lesser to its face value, it is said to be issue of debentures at discount. And this topic is given on page number 72 in your textbook. You may please read the theory concepts. You should also go through the journal entries which are given on page number 73 about this topic. Yes, the journal entries for issue of debentures at discount. The journal entries are given on page number 73. Previous to illustration 3. Yeah? Then, yes, we have also understood the topic about issue of debentures for consideration other than cash. If you remember the illustration that we did for purchase of machinery, and in return we were giving debentures instead of giving cash. So that is said to be issue of debentures for consideration other than cash. Alright? We have solved illustration based on this concept, and I have also given you a homework for a similar kind of sum. Yes, and this topic is given on page number 79, and just below that you are having illustration 8, which is related to this concept. Yeah, and also I have presented a list of illustrations and sums at the end of this lecture. Yeah, so there is no difficulty for you in searching for the sums that you are supposed to do. All right, so you see, we are going through the topics one by one that we have done, and all of them are important. Yes, nextly, these are the journal entries for redemption of debentures. The two journal entries. Yes, the first one is about closing debenture account and transferred to debenture holders account. That means debenture holders are our creditors, and hence debenture account is closed and transferred to debenture holders account. This simply means that this much amount is to be paid to debenture holders. And second journal entry is about the payment of amount to debenture holders. Yes, so debenture holders account debit to bank. These two journal entries are for redemption of debentures. Next. Okay, this is a table. Yes, I forgot to mention the page number for the journal entries of redemption of debentures. I will let you know about this. Yes, these journal entries are given on page number 85. You should please put a tick mark towards the topics that I am dictating and the page number that I am dictating. The most important topics are this. So below that, on the same page, that is page number 85, you are having a table. The condition is presented, journal entry at the time of issue and journal entry at the time of redemption and payment. They are presented in the form of table. Yes, and it is extremely important. The first condition is debentures are issued at par, redeemable at par. A debenture is purchased for ₹100. Yes, and a debenture holder will get 100 rupees in return. As I said, debenture is a liability for company. So the amount of debentures is to be given back to debenture holders after a certain period of time. Yes, after 4 years, 5 years. Yes. So first condition is issued at par, redeemable at par. Journal entries for this are given for issue and redemption. Yes. Second case says when debentures are issued at premium, redeemable at par. Issued at premium, that means more than a face value. Issued at 105 and redemption 100. मंगवाए जाएंगे 105 रुपीस, रिटर्न किए जाएंगे 100 रुपीस. वो वाला केस है ये. When debentures are issued at premium and redeemable at par. Journal entries for its issue and redemption are given. Next is when debentures are issued at discount and redeemable at par. You know this very well. Issued at discount. A debenture of ₹100 issued at ₹96. Issued at discount. Will be redeemable at par. रिटर्न करते टाइम 100 रुपीज ही दिए जाएंगे. मंगवाए जाएंगे 96 रुपीज, रिटर्न किए जाएंगे 100 रुपीज. Yes, we have understood about the topic of issue of debentures at par. Issue of debentures at par. Then we have talked about issue of debentures at premium, then issued at discount. Then we have understood about the journal entries for redemption of debentures. So the mixture of all is given in this table. First condition, issued at par, redeemable at par. Issued at premium, redeemable at par. Issued at discount, redeemable at par. Journal entries for its issue and redemption are given here. The entire table is most important. It starts from page number 85, continued to page number 86. Yes? And on the same page again, page number 86, the different situations for issue and redemption of debentures are again presented. Yes? Till now, this table that we have followed, on the basis of this we have solved several illustrations. The simple illustrations, yes? And slowly it was little bit complicated after this. The situations for issue of debentures have been changed. So again on page number 86, the first situation, when debentures are issued at par and are redeemable at premium. Issued at par, redeemable at premium. Let us consider a simple example. Issued at rupees 100. Return कितने किए जाएंगे? 120. 120 is just an estimated figure. It can be 105, 110, 120, 130. Yeah. So it is this case. Now you think yourself, if a debenture of rupees 100 is issued at rupees 100, but at the time of redemption 130 rupees or 120 rupees are to be given. So those extra 20 or 30 rupees on each debenture is a loss of the company. Yes, and hence in the second journal entry it is clearly depicted, loss on issue of debentures. And to this, premium on redemption of debentures account has been credited. Because along with the amount of debentures, the premium on redemption of debentures account also becomes my liability. I mean the liability of company. That means the company is supposed to return the amount of debenture and also the amount of premium. Yes? So both of this is a liability for company. Yeah? Let us see the next journal entry. At the time of redemption. See, the simple journal entry for redemption of debentures we have seen here. Debenture account debit to debenture holders account. But in this case, you are going to redeem only the amount of debentures. Now, you just have to make a minor change in that journal entry itself. In this journal entry, if you will see, an additional amount is of premium. Premium on redemption of debentures account also has been debited because this amount is also to be closed and transferred to debenture holders account. This amount of premium is also to be paid to debenture holders along with the amount of debenture. Yes? So debenture account debit, premium on redemption of debentures account debit to debenture holders account. Yes? Finally, when the amount is paid to debenture holders account debit to bank. Yeah, that's all. The next case is issued at premium and redeemable at premium. Premium के साथ ही issue किए थे, premium के साथ ही return किए जाएंगे. But the amount of premium in both the cases will be different. Issued, premium at the time of issue is an income. Premium at the time of redemption is loss. So both of this need to be presented in the journal entry. And that is what is done in the second journal entry of second situation for issue of debentures. In the second journal entry, if you will see, to securities premium reserve account. This is the amount of premium that is received at the time of issue. Thereafter, to premium on redemption of debenture, this is the amount of premium to be paid at the time of redemption of debentures. Yes? So, hope you are able to understand the changes that are taking place one by one in different situations for issue of debentures. Yes? Next. And last, I think. When debentures are issued at discount and redeemable at premium. Let us consider a simple example for this. A debenture of rupees 100 is issued at rupees 96. This is issued at discount, of course, and discount is an expense. So in the second journal entry, if you will see, discount on debentures account has been debited. This is the discount that is given by the company at the time of issue of debentures. Further, it says are redeemable at premium. So redeemable at premium. This is the amount of premium that will be given at the time of redemption. That is, of course, the loss for company. And so, loss on issue of debentures account has been debited in the second journal entry. This is not new. Whenever the debentures are redeemable at premium, always you have to debit loss on issue of debentures account. Yes? Because debit all loss and expenses, discount is a loss and hence it has been debited. And premium on redemption of debentures is also a loss and hence that also is to be debited. Yes? So we are done with the journal entries for issue of debentures in different situations. Yes? And we have understood about one more topic, that is conversion of debentures into shares. Yes, you have understood a topic that the amount of debentures is to be returned. Yes, I mean I have explained this while explaining the meaning of debentures. Yes. So how it is returned? It is paid in, I mean the amount is paid. Yes. What is the journal entry when the amount is paid? It is simply debenture holder's account debit to bank. That means the amount is paid to debenture holders. But sometimes, instead of cash payment, the debentures are converted into equity shares. Yes. So, I have explained this topic and we have also solved a sum of this kind. I mean, we have solved an illustration about the same topic, and then I gave you sum number 28 mostly about this topic. Yes. So thereafter we have understood an illustration. Yes, about conversion of debentures. The illustration is given on page number 106. The topic is given on page number 106. You are also having journal entries about the same. If you are having your textbook, I will surely explain, as the image for that topic has not been taken to present on your screen. So please pay attention to page number 106 in your textbook. The topic says conversion of debentures into shares. What happens here is at the time of redemption of debentures, instead of giving cash, the debentures are converted into shares. Yes, in return equity shares are given. An illustration of similar kind is just given below to the journal entries. Illustration 23 on page number 106. The calculation and the journal entries are given on page number 107. The simplest sum with a minor variation in the journal entries. Yeah. So lastly, the topic on page number 107, it is redemption of debentures by different considerations. This is the last topic that we have done in this chapter, and with this we are going to end our chapter. So I repeat the same thing, that at the time of redemption of debentures, what happens is the amount is given to debenture holders. That means the payment is made through bank. It is the payment of cash, yes. In short, the amount is returned. But sometimes the company considers the other options for redemption of debentures. The company might give equity shares instead of cash. Company might also give new debentures instead of cash. Yes. So this type of different options are given by the company. Yeah. And it depends upon the choice of debenture holders. Yeah. An illustration for the same topic is given on page number 108 that I have taught you. Yes. And also a sum number 29 is of similar kind. So with this we have completed chapter 2, and illustrations that we have done is presented on your screen. The numbers have been presented and sums of similar kind. I have also written the sum number for same. Yes, now lastly talking about the theory. As I said, there will be a question of theory out of the 3-mark questions. For that you need to prepare page number 111 in your exercise. From that, several important questions that I will tell you. Almost all the all the questions are to be prepared for theory. Other than this, you will prepare methods for redemption of debentures. This topic is given in parts. Yes, on page number 93 you are having a bit theory. Yes, other than this I think everything is covered in exercise. Yes, methods for redemption, etc, etc. Yeah, so that's all. With this we complete chapter 2. And this is your homework for today. Whatever journal entries that I have revised in today's lecture, that I asked you to put a tick mark on, all those journal entries you will write down once in your rough books and you will try to learn them. So that's all. We'll see you in the next lecture. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and of course, study well.